All right, guys, so let's talk about how to get your OHS looking good for next week, because that's really your goal for today, is to have week one ready to go and published to the students so that they can have it ready there for next week. My goal, I'm going to get weeks 1 and 2 done and ready for them. But I would say your goal, I mean, unless you're feeling super confident once you get started with it, would be to have everything ready to go for week 1, and then we'll move forward from there. So I'm starting on the home page of the OHS, and this is my honors section, which the exact same thing that was copied into your sections is copied here. So this is how I'm going to, this is where I'm going to start. You'll want to have, in one browser, you'll want to log into your OHS. In the other browser, you'll want to log into my OHS so that you can pull from the original unit there. So when you come to find your, like you're trying to find this unit, it's in content, and then I think that, at least in mine, they added a whole nother like unused drafted file. So it's this instructional cycle for snapshots in American literature. So you just want to click on that title. And when you do that, what you're going to see is you can scroll through and you see every week and every day within that week. Now, a lot of things transferred, and if some things didn't. So we're not going to have to do a ton of copying and pasting. But the first thing that I would say to do is that you hover over these dots beside the overall title of the unit. And then you, excuse me, you click on it, and then you can hold that down, and then you can move it out. We're going to move it out of unused and put it right underneath instructional cycle 3. Once you see this solid line and the dot, that's how you know it's ready to be moved to that spot. And so then you just pick your fingers up, give it a second, and it should move the entire unit out of unused into where the students will eventually be able to work with it. And then I just have to go through and make sure that it actually moved correctly. Now it put it in front of instructional cycle 3, but that's actually not a bad thing because that's really where we want the kids working. Once you move it out, the first thing that you need to do is in this main title page where it says published, you need to move it to draft. And what that's going to do is it's going to put the entire unit still on draft, which means the kids still can't see it yet because we're not ready for them to see it yet. Let me pause for just 1 second. Now, after this is on draft, the whole thing, what you're going to want to do is, because we're only going to prepare a few of the weeks up front, you're going to want to go to each week and make sure that it is on draft. I didn't do week 1 since that's the one we're going to publish when we publish the unit. So you'll want to click on week 2, you'll want to come to week 3, and so forth. And each one, like this is already on draft, but you'll want to go to each one of the weeks and just put them on draft so that when we publish instructional cycle 4, once week 1 is ready to go, the students will only be able to see this information at the beginning of the unit and then week 1. All right, so let's look here. So a lot of what didn't copy over were the images. So we're going to click here to open this up. And basically we just need to put in that picture. So we're going to come here because this is what it should look like. We're going to click on that picture and it opens up the box so that the box can be edited. We're just going to grab the HTML by clicking those little two opposite facing arrows. We're going to copy the HTML and we can just X out of this. Then we're going to go back to, we can hit cancel. And we're going to go back to the one in your OHS. We're going to come to the HTML here. We're just going to paste in the new HTML. And I don't know why it does this sometimes, that you can't see hardly the publish or the save. Like I can just barely see it, like this little tiny blue line that I can click here. Sometimes what I have to do is just shrink my screen a little bit and then I can see it. I don't know why it does that, but there's the picture now. It's already set that this is a link to a document. So we're going to click update. I'm just going to check and make sure that the link is there. So it's there. And make sure it connects to what it's supposed to connect to. So we might have to update that link. So you're probably going to have to update this link too. So what you'll do for that is you'll highlight it. You'll click this little link. And it's going to ask you what you're going back so that you can be able to link from a file. And it's not going to work the way that I want it to. So you're going to have to click here to insert stuff. You're going to insert from your computer, and I will send you the document that you need. It's actually already in the drive, but I can email it to you also. You're going to choose a file. And this is the literary time periods chart. You're going to click to upload. It's going to ask you what you want the text. It's just going to repeat it, what was already there. We'll just delete the other one. We're going to insert this chart because that'll be the text that they can click on. And there it is. I'm going to click update. And now we will click on it just to make sure that it works. And there it is. Okay. Oh, actually, you know what? Forget all that. It looks like it's already linked and it's correct. So you don't have to link it again. Never mind. I just didn't see it pop up because of the way my recorder is on. I couldn't see it. So it's there. So skip this step about having to link that. It's already done for you. All right. So now it's time to go into week 1. So when you scroll down, you can see all of week 1 right here. But it's easier to edit if you actually come to this side panel and click into week 1. And then again, we're going to have to update descriptions and some pictures here. So we just need to go and see what we're missing from week 1 from the original. So you can see there are pictures here. And the same thing here, you can't just click over here, you have to click into week 1 this way. And we're just going to do more of that HTML copying. So we click on the box once it shadows for us. Then it has where we can edit it. That gives us the HTML box. We copy that HTML. Come back to what we are updating. And here's the description box that's empty. So we just click on it. It allows us to now edit it. We're going to just edit the HTML, which shows that those pictures were there, so I don't know why they're not showing up as viewable. We're going to click save, and there they are. Always make sure you click update after you do something like that, or inevitably you're probably going to not do it sometime. You're going to have to redo it again because it happens. It happens to me all the time. So then we come down here, and there are and we see this looks different. It doesn't have the if we click into it, it should have pictures here, and it should have pictures down here. The reason that I put the same thing in twice, because if the kids click on the lesson or click on the title, it'll bring up this box where they can look at the pictures. But from that main page, when they're just looking at the overall unit, if you have something in this description box down here, they see it right off. So my thought is, if they never actually click on that title, at least they'll see it from the main page in the description box. So I come back here. I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to click on my box here to open it up so that I can get the HTML. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to come back here, and I'm going to paste it both places. So here I have to click the Edit HTML to get the box to open up, to give me the little arrows. I'm going to paste it. I'm going to click Update. And I'm going to scroll down to the description box down here. Just click on the box. It'll open up now that I can edit it. Again, I'm going to edit the HTML. I'm going to put the exact same thing in. I'm going to click Save and Update. And then to go back and see what it looks like, I'm going to just up here at the top, click back to week 1. And now I see that I have the pictures at the beginning of the week, and now I have the images that go with this little lesson. And because I use that description box, that's the reason you can see them here. If I hadn't put them in the description box, I would have had to click on this to be able to see the pictures. So they're there now. And then it comes to where I can edit Monday, and then Tuesday, and so forth. So what you want to do again, the way I clicked in to be able to edit week 1, the easiest way to edit is to come back over here and click on Monday so that it only pulls up Monday. And so what I'll do is I'll look here, compare what's here to what's in the original. Really the only thing that's missing is the little to-do list picture. So again, I'm just going to click on this box to bring it up to be able to edit it. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to go to Monday and see that really the only difference between what got pulled and what is here is this to-do list picture. Now guys, if you don't want that to-do list picture, if you'd rather put something else, then don't worry about copying it. Like, you have total freedom to